Members of the Beatles were taken aback when they discovered that George Harrison had recorded a solo album not long after the band had disbanded. In a post on Reddit exploring the merits of Harrison's solo work, music aficionados and followers of the Beatles expressed their shock at the news. Of all the things that have astonished people the most, however, are his solo endeavors that came after the dissolution of the Beatles at the time. People were astonished when George Harrison went on to have a successful solo career, according to a post that was made on Reddit. Considering that John and Paul were the primary members of the Beatles' songwriting team by and large? Instead, was it common knowledge that George possessed a great deal of potential but need his own place and time in order to produce? Even though Harrison had created songs for the Fab Four, such as Something, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and Taxman, some people were surprised to learn that he was able to write tracks with such consistency even when John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and Ringo Starr were not there in the studio. With the publication of the triple album All Things Must Pass in 1970, many considered that Harrison's work on the album was among his very greatest efforts. At the time when Harrison was working on My Sweet Lord, he was found to have subconsciously plagiarized the song He's So Fine by the Chiffons. When asked about the matter at hand, Judge Richard Owen of the United States District Court in Manhattan stated, "It is evident that He's So Fine and My Sweet Lord are the same song. According to the law, this is an infringement of copyright, and it is not any less so considering that it was committed unconsciously." The work that Harrison has done as a solo artist has been compared to that of Lennon and McCartney. In the early 1980s, he had a record that was good, but after that, each record that followed it was even bad, and he eventually stopped. Then, a few years later, he released Cloud 9, and after that, he remained silent throughout his entire life.